Hey loves, it's Britt, and I'm back continuing my Sun through the Composite Houses series. In this video, I'm going to talk about what it means to have your composite sun in the ninth house. So this video pertains to the composite chart or the Davison relationship chart. So this is not synastry. I have a separate series on sun in the synastry house overlays. This is a composite video. So the sun in the composite chart is probably the most important planet. It is the biggest basic thrust of life energy. It's how the two individual egos combine. And so the sun placement by house and by aspect show a lot about the relationship's main purpose. And so it's a major theme of the relationship. So with this composite placement, this is more of a friendship or platonic vibe. Not that it can't be an amazing romantic relationship, but the sun in the ninth house in the composite chart is primarily themes of an intellectual nature. So there's a lot of focus on ideas of growth. It could be about travel. So like this could be a relationship that was long distance, or maybe you met in a different continent or something. There's something kind of like a ninth house traveling theme about this composite. Now, you could have just met in your hometown, but where the relationship takes you, at least on an intellectual level, is far out or far off. Okay, so the primary theme of this relationship is growth, and it is, a relationship that will expand you. You're not going to stay the same, but primarily it's going to be your ideas that expand. So another common manifestation of this composite placement is that you agree on certain ideas, political beliefs, religious beliefs, ideas about, higher education or schooling, or even on a more spiritual sense, like ideas about the meaning of life. Now, if the composite sun in this house is like square to Pluto or something, maybe we don't agree and that this disagreement is a more major theme. But generally with this placement, it's the energy and the focus is in the ninth house. We're more able to come to an agreement on these things, and maybe even the entire relationship or a big part of its focus is on our beliefs. Okay, so like for example, this could be a couple that like runs a church or something. Like that would be a very sun in the ninth house manifestation. Or even something in the more spiritual sense, like a couple that met at a yoga retreat and now they hold their own yoga retreats, and there's like a spiritual ideal, or there's like an emphasis on this type of expansion, and it can be really favorable for like a business partnership, of course a friendship, because the vibe is sort of lighter. So one of the things about this placement is that it's not so emotionally heavy as if we had the composite sun coming through the 8th or even the 12th or something. It's more lighter. So depending on the people, this relationship might have no point to become committed, right? And you could have other things going on that would change this. Maybe you've got like a Venus-Pluto conjunction in the 8th house, and then there's a lot of depth and intensity and emotions that are going to be brought up even though you have this placement. And then this could be a really nice addition to that, right? So you always have to look at everything. But generally, this composite sun placement is not giving you all the feels, okay? This isn't the one that people are requesting for me to talk about, but I'm doing a whole series, so I'm gonna do them all, right? Because this is not one that leaves you feeling emotional or confused or like you need guidance on, because you generally feel pretty positive and you feel pretty uplifted and you feel pretty like much like you found someone who is a light acquaintance or friend, or someone who you can share ideas with and bounce ideas off of, and there's a general agreement on that, and it's exciting and it's fun and it's not emotionally intense or painful. Generally, that's a general statement. So yeah, it's a fun one though. And for people that are ninth house dominant, Sagittarius dominant, like Jupiter dominant, this is gonna feel like home and really fun and really light and not too bogged down in these deeper emotional things that all these water signs spend so much time in. This is a lighthearted relationship. This is a fun relationship. This is like, let's travel the world together as friends, and you could have this in the composite chart with a dear friend who you travel with, or you go to spiritual retreats with, or if you're religious, you go to church with, and you enjoy intellectual discussion about these deeper things. So it's like the conversations you're going to have are going to be deeper. They're going to be more about the meaning of life, and your spiritual beliefs, your religious beliefs. Like, you're not going to just talk small talk. Like, it's not like Sun in the third house where we have this real emphasis on the small talk and the day-to-day. This is like, we have an emphasis on the bigger things, the broader picture, the meaning of life. And so a relationship with this composite placement can really be enlightening and really be, intellectually stimulating, growth oriented. Like, you will expand in your mind, and maybe you will even travel around with them physically, but you're definitely going to travel around mentally. And depending on the whole composite chart, this might not necessarily be one where you want to tie them down in a relationship. There might not be reason for that with the Sun in the ninth house. But if you've got other things, Saturn going on and other more emotional placements, then this is a perfect addition, because you can really talk to each other and be friendly and be like buddies. The ninth house is always kind of like a buddies energy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've had this placement. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.